You deserve better, and it starts today. You didn't wake up burned out one morning. It happened gradually. But now you're stuck in a cycle where rest doesn't feel like rest and motivation is nowhere to be found. Burnout isn't just about feeling tired. It's about reaching a point where your body, mind, and spirit feel depleted, leaving you stuck in a cycle of exhaustion and overwhelm. It creeps in slowly, disguised as dedication, ambition, and the desire to keep up. You tell yourself to push through, to just get to the weekend, the vacation, the next milestone, but the exhaustion doesn't go away. It lingers, seeping into every aspect of your life until you no longer recognize the vibrant, driven person you used to be. I know this feeling all too well. For years, I lived in a constant state of overdrive, late nights, endless to-do lists, and the ever-present pressure to do more, be more. I told myself it was just a rough season, that things would ease up soon. But the truth was, my body had been sending distress signals for months. Headaches, brain fog, restless sleep. I ignored them. Until one morning, I found myself sitting in my car in the office parking lot, too drained to walk inside. I had nothing left to give. That moment was my wake-up call. I realized burnout wasn't a badge of honor. It was a warning sign that something had to change. That realization set me on a journey to uncover what truly works to reverse burnout. Not just temporary fixes, but sustainable, science-backed strategies that restore energy, reduce stress, and bring real balance. I dove into the research, consulted experts, and tested every method myself. What I discovered is that reclaiming your energy doesn't require overhauling your entire life. It's about making small but powerful shifts that lead to big results. This book is your guide to that transformation. In the next chapters, I'll walk you through a 7-step system designed to help you break free from burnout, recharge your mind and body, and find balance without quitting your job, uprooting your life, or adding more to your already full plate. These are strategies grounded in neuroscience, psychology, and the lived experiences of people who have successfully made the shift. If you're here, it means you're ready for change. And I want you to know, sustainable balance is possible. By the time you turn the last page, you'll have a clear roadmap to regain your energy, set healthy boundaries, and feel like yourself again. It's time to take back control. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding Burnout, the Silent Energy Killer. Burnout isn't just exhaustion, it's a full system shutdown. If you've ever felt like you're running on empty, you're not alone. Nearly 77% of professionals say they've experienced burnout at work, and the consequences affect every area of life, your health, relationships, and happiness. What burnout really is, and what it's not. Burnout is not just an extension of stress, it's something far more profound. Stress is a natural response to pressure, and when managed properly, it can even enhance performance. Burnout, on the other hand, is a state of complete mental, physical, and emotional depletion. It doesn't just make you feel exhausted, it changes the way you think, work, and engage with life. Unlike stress, which often has a clear cause and a temporary duration, burnout builds over time and doesn't go away with a good night's sleep or a weekend off. The 3 stages of burnout. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It develops in stages, with warning signs along the way. The honeymoon phase. High energy and commitment drive you to push harder, but small signs of fatigue or frustration begin to appear. Chronic stress. You start feeling overwhelmed more frequently, experience disrupted sleep, and rely on caffeine, sugar, or other quick fixes to power through. Burnout. At this stage, exhaustion becomes the norm, motivation plummets, mental clarity fades, and even small tasks feel insurmountable. Recognizing these early stages is critical to preventing total burnout. The sooner you acknowledge the warning signs, the easier it is to reverse course and restore balance before reaching full depletion. Why willpower alone won't fix it. Many people assume they can push through burnout with sheer determination. But burnout isn't about a lack of willpower. It's a biological and psychological response to prolonged stress. Chronic stress rewires your brain, depletes key neurotransmitters, and disrupts your body's ability to recover. Simply deciding to try harder won't solve the problem because burnout affects your ability to make decisions, regulate emotions, and sustain motivation. The key to overcoming burnout is not to push through. It's to step back, reassess, and implement proven strategies that support both your brain and body. That's exactly what this book will help you do. Now that you understand what burnout really is, let's explore the first step in reclaiming your energy and balance. The science of burnout. What's happening in your brain and body? Burnout isn't just a mindset. It's a psychological state that affects your entire nervous system. When stress becomes chronic, it alters your brain chemistry, drains your energy reserves, and leaves you feeling physically and mentally depleted. To break free, you need to understand what's happening inside your body. The cortisol trap. How chronic stress rewires your nervous system. When you're under constant stress, your body stays in a prolonged state of fight or flight mode, flooding your system with cortisol. In small doses, cortisol helps you stay alert and focused. But chronic stress keeps these levels elevated, leading to fatigue, anxiety, and even memory problems. Over time, your nervous system becomes dysregulated, making it harder to relax, sleep, or feel energized, even when you're not actively stressed. Decision fatigue and cognitive overload. Why you feel drained even doing simple tasks. Have you ever felt exhausted by the end of the day, even if you didn't do anything particularly demanding? That's decision fatigue at work. Your brain can only make so many choices before it starts to slow down, making even simple decisions feel overwhelming. Burnout magnifies this effect, reducing your ability to concentrate, problem solve, and think creatively. It's why even routine tasks like answering emails or deciding what to eat for dinner can feel exhausting when you're burned out. Your body's warning signals. Hidden burnout symptoms most people ignore. Burnout doesn't always show up as sheer exhaustion right away. Your body sends warning signals, but they're often dismissed as minor inconveniences. Some common but overlooked symptoms include persistent headaches or muscle tension, digestive issues such as bloating or nausea, frequent colds or weakened immunity, feeling emotionally detached or irritable, difficulty sleeping even when exhausted. Recognizing these signals early can help you take action before burnout reaches a breaking point. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to shift from burnout to balance using simple, science-backed strategies that restore your energy and resilience. Identifying your burnout type. Burnout isn't one size fits all. It wears different masks, sneaks into our lives in different ways, and affects us based on our unique responsibilities, personalities, and stressors. The first step towards reclaiming your energy and balance is recognizing the specific burnout pattern that has taken hold of your life. The overachiever's burnout, when perfectionism leads to exhaustion. You're driven, ambitious, and capable, but at what cost? If you constantly push yourself to hit impossible standards, work long hours, and say yes to everything, you might be suffering from overachiever's burnout. It's fueled by perfectionism, an inner critique that tells you rest is a weakness, and a relentless cycle of doing more to prove your worth. The result? You're exhausted, overwhelmed, and no matter how much you accomplish, it never feels like enough. The truth. You don't need to burn out to succeed. In fact, success and sustainability go hand in hand. The key is learning to redefine achievement, not as constant hustling, but as meaningful, focused progress that includes rest and recovery. The caregiver's burnout, when giving too much leaves you depleted. You take care of everyone, your family, your colleagues, your community, but who takes care of you? Caregiver's burnout happens when you pour so much of yourself into others that there's nothing left in your own tank. Whether you're a parent, a healthcare professional, a leader, or simply the one everyone turns to, this burnout sneaks in when your generosity becomes self-sacrifice. The truth. Giving doesn't have to mean depletion. Boundaries, self-care, and asking for help aren't selfish. They're necessary. The strongest caregivers are the ones who understand that their well-being matters too. The boredom burnout, when work drains you because it lacks meaning. Burnout isn't always about working too hard. It can also be about not feeling connected to what you do. If your days feel monotonous, uninspiring, or like you're just going through the motions, you may be experiencing boredom burnout. This type of exhaustion stems from disengagement rather than overwork, leaving you drained, unmotivated, and questioning, is this all there is? The truth. Purpose is the antidote to burnout. It doesn't mean you have to quit your job or overhaul your life overnight. Small shifts, aligning your work with your values, seeking new challenges, or carving out time for passion projects can reignite your energy and sense of fulfillment. Your burnout type is your starting point. Recognizing which burnout pattern resonates with you most is the first step toward recovery. Burnout isn't a personal failure. It's a signal that something needs to change. The good news? You can make that change, and it doesn't require a dramatic life overhaul, just intentional shifts that will help you recharge, realign, and thrive. Your Chapter 1 Challenge, the Burnout Awareness and Action Challenge. After reading through the first chapter and understanding what burnout truly is, what it looks like in different forms, and how it impacts both your brain and body, it's time to take a moment for self-reflection and action. This challenge is designated to help you identify your current burnout type and begin the process of recognizing how burnout is manifesting in your life. By the end of this exercise, you'll have a clearer understanding of where you stand and a small first step toward recovery. Step 1. Identify your burnout type. Take a few minutes to reflect on the different burnout types outlined in section 1.3. Which of the following best describes your current experience? The overachiever's burnout. Do you constantly strive for perfection, feeling like nothing is ever good enough? Are you pushing yourself harder and harder, yet still feeling drained with little to show for it? The caregiver's burnout. Do you find yourself overwhelmed by the needs of others, often sacrificing your own well-being in the process? Are you stretched thin by trying to help everyone, leaving yourself with little to no energy for yourself? The boredom burnout. Does your work feel uninspiring, draining, and lacking in meaning? Do you feel mentally and emotionally exhausted because your work no longer excites you, leaving you stuck in a cycle of disengagement? Once you've identified your burnout type, take a moment to acknowledge how this is impacting your daily life. Are there specific situations or patterns that trigger these feelings? Step 2. Track your energy levels. For the next 3 days, track your energy levels throughout the day. Use the following scale to rate how you're feeling. 0 to 2. Extremely drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed. 3 to 5. Tired but functional, could use a break. 6 to 8. Generally energized, but with some fatigue. 9 to 10. High energy, feeling great. At each major point in your day, morning, midday, and evening, Make a note of how you're feeling and what you were doing at the time. Did a specific task, interaction, or environment contribute to a drop in energy? Did you feel better when you took a break or engaged in a restorative activity? Step 3. Spot your triggers. Based on your energy tracking, take a look for patterns and triggers. Are there particular activities or stressors that seem to drain you more than others? For example, is it the constant need to perform at a high level? Overachiever's burnout. Are you putting others' needs before your own to the point where you have nothing left? Caregivers burnout. Or do you feel bored and disengaged in your daily tasks, leading to a sense of emptiness? Boredom burnout. Write down your most significant triggers. This exercise will help you build self-awareness so you can begin taking intentional steps to address them. Step 4. Commit to one small change. Now that you have identified your burnout type and potential triggers, choose one small action to reduce the impact of burnout in your life. Here are some ideas based on burnout types. For overachievers, set a boundary today by saying no to one task or responsibility you feel you're pushing yourself to do. Let go of perfectionism and focus on progress over perfection. For caregivers, schedule 30 minutes of personal time each day to recharge. This could be a walk, a hobby, or simply sitting in silence. Remember, your needs are just as important as others. For the board, find one task or project that feels meaningful to you, even if it's just a small aspect of your work or life. Commit to engaging in it fully for at least 15 minutes today. A sense of purpose can help combat burnout. Set a timer for yourself and make this small change today. It might be uncomfortable at first, but even these incremental shifts will start to make a big difference in how you approach burnout. Reflection. At the end of the week, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned from this challenge. Do you feel more aware of your burnout triggers? Did the small change you made create any noticeable shifts in your energy levels or mindset? Share your thoughts and progress in a journal or with a supportive friend. This self-awareness is the first crucial step toward shifting from burnout to balance.
That could interfere with your ability to make time for your business. By recognizing these challenges up front, you can plan for them and take steps to overcome them. Some potential challenges include distractions or interruptions. Life is busy, and interruptions can happen. If you're working from home or juggling multiple responsibilities, distractions are inevitable. To combat this, create a designated time and space for your business work, where you can minimize distractions. Consider setting up a quiet workspace and using tools like noise-canceling headphones or a do not disturb signal to stay focused. Feeling overwhelmed by other commitments. When juggling family, a job, or other personal responsibilities, it's easy to feel like there's not enough time for everything. Be kind to yourself and recognize that some days you may need to adjust or even skip your 10-minute session. Don't let one missed session derail your progress. Staying motivated over time. In the beginning, it's easy to stay excited, but as you move forward, motivation can fluctuate. One way to keep your momentum going is to revisit your initial motivation for starting your business. Remind yourself of your personal and professional goals and the reason you're building this business in the first place. If you feel stuck, try changing up your routine or working on a different aspect of your business to keep things fresh. By anticipating these challenges, you'll be better prepared to handle setbacks and stay on track. Set realistic expectations for success. Starting a business is an exciting journey, but it's important to set realistic expectations from the get-go. While you might dream of rapid success, The path to building a thriving business is often filled with small steps, adjustments, and learning experiences. By embracing the process and celebrating your progress, you'll stay motivated and build momentum over time. Here's how to set the right expectations and keep moving forward with confidence. Number 1. Acknowledge small wins along the way. In the early stages of your business, progress can feel slow. You might not see immediate financial returns, or your marketing campaigns might not take off as quickly as you hoped. But remember, every step forward is a victory, no matter how small. Acknowledging these wins helps you stay positive and focused on the journey rather than just the destination. Small wins could include successfully registering your business name, completing your first product prototype, getting positive feedback from a potential customer or client, finishing a major milestone like setting up your website or opening a business bank account, reaching a small sales target, or launching your first ad campaign. Celebrating these milestones boosts your confidence and reminds you that progress is progress, no matter the pace. It also helps you stay energized when challenges arise, as you can look back and see all that you've accomplished. Number 2. Understand the iterative nature of startups. One of the key lessons to embrace when starting a business is that success rarely happens in a straight line. Building a startup is an iterative process, meaning it involves repeated cycles of trial and error, testing, and refining. You'll continuously tweak and improve your ideas, products, and strategies until you find what works best for your audience. Here's why this iterative nature is important. Feedback is invaluable. Every time you test an idea or launch something new, you gather valuable insights. If something doesn't go as planned, it's an opportunity to learn and adjust your approach. Don't view mistakes or failures as setbacks. They're stepping stones that bring you closer to your goal. Pivoting is part of the process. You might find that the original idea you had needs to be adjusted based on market feedback, personal experience, or new trends. This is perfectly normal. Successful startups often pivot, change direction, tweak their products, or alter their business model as they learn more about what their audience truly needs. Growth takes time. Even if your product or service is solid, building a customer base, increasing brand awareness, and generating steady revenue can take time. Be patient and remember that the most successful businesses were not built overnight. They were built over years of iterative work with consistent improvements and adaptations. Accepting the reality of an iterative process allows you to move forward with confidence. You won't get discouraged when things don't go perfectly the first time. Instead, you'll see them as opportunities to fine-tune your approach and get closer to success. Number 3. Embrace a mindset of progress over perfection. One of the biggest traps aspiring entrepreneurs fall into is the desire for perfection. It's tempting to think that your business must be flawless before you can launch it or market it to the world. But the truth is, progress always trumps perfection. Here's why embracing progress is so important. Done is better than perfect. Launching your business with something that's good enough is far better than waiting for everything to be perfect. Your business will evolve over time, and the sooner you start, the sooner you can learn what works and what doesn't. Perfectionism often leads to paralysis by analysis, where you get stuck trying to make everything perfect and never move forward. Speed and action breed results. By focusing on making progress, however small, you can move through the startup process quickly. Whether it's launching a website, offering your first service, or getting customer feedback, the sooner you act, the more information you gather. This feedback is what drives growth and helps you improve your product or service. Imperfections make you human. When you embrace imperfection, it can actually work in your favor. Customers are often drawn to authenticity, and showing that you're evolving as a business adds a human touch. No one expects a new business to be perfect. What they expect is real value, transparency, and a willingness to improve. Focusing on progress over perfection helps you avoid the trap of procrastination and gives you the confidence to move forward, even if things aren't perfect yet. Every step you take is a building block for the future success of your business.